as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10.
We're set.
They go up the middle with Chubb, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. They run it again with Chubb. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. To throw is Watson. Steps away, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Jermaine Johnson, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Traditionally, as a defense, your #1 job, stop the run. But in today's football, it's impacting the opposing quarterback. Make him uncomfortable. And so far, they've not been able to do that.
Not at all. He's been really comfortable in the pocket. 3 touchdown passes already.
So that could be an important first sack if they do want to turn things around.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Flush to his right. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down. He's certainly one of those quarterbacks that can burn you with his mobility, but that time able to hem him in and get him to the ground.
Perfect descriptor right there about how they kept him in the pocket. Excellent job of containment, but they were still able to continue to bring such strong pressure without letting him escape. But how about those guys in the secondary as well?
And this is going to be intercepted. And the Jets are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight, and it was closing in a hurry.
And he was talking to us about having anticipation in making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can anticipate it as much as you need to see it open. You've got to be precise with your throws down here in the red zone. That one goes into double coverage, and he gets picked off.
Hurry.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And it's fielded at the 34. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. The Browns send out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
Come on.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
He completes that to Garrett Wilson, and he works it across the 25 before being tackled. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. They'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Juan Thornhill. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. The third quarter starts with a run by Chubb. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
From the 21, here's the 2nd and 8.
Out of the gun, Watson. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Now a first down run is sniffed out from the start as he'll drop him for a loss of 4.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Here's Watson. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now it's Watson. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. And his throw is incomplete. This defense trying to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
To the air yet again, Watson flushed out right. That is caught. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 20-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards. No gain on the play there. Second down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Second down, here's Chubb again.
And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves him with third and just a couple.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Off of play action, it's Watson. They'll roll him out right.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted.
Accelerating, and off he goes.
And the Jets are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the third quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up third.
Let's go, let's go.
On third down, here's Hall.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He lost 2, and it brings up fourth. Here's the Jets punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taken from just outside the 30. Three quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
This is it. 24 down, he's coming.
Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb with career touchdown number 70.
And the Browns are closing in on a 6-2 start as they extend this fourth quarter advantage.
Hopkins with the extra point, and this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return.
And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Ball again. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Consecutive runs of 6 yards gives him a 1st and 10.
Well, partner, if the defense isn't going to adjust and they keep giving them those 5, 6, 7-yard runs over and over, they're likely to run it the whole way to the end zone. They'll be more than happy to take the yardage available and save some of their other plays in the playbook for another time.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 39-yard line. Straight ahead is Hall. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. On 1st down, right back to Hall. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 68 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Only a yard in the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Hall ought to give up the middle. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. This defense has not surrendered a touchdown yet. You better believe they're determined not to here on 3rd and goal. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. That's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. The trick play does not pan out here on 4th and goal. And this shutout is going to continue as the defense holds again. The Browns drive about to get started. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. 2nd down, here's Chubb again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. Taking it about the 36. So Cleveland able to come